I'm Sarah from The Upcoming. Such a pleasure to speak to you. So just to kick off, what can people expect from Polite Society?
People can expect a rollicking good time. It's going to be it's a joyous film. It really is, and it's got sort of everything everywhere all at once vibes, Scott Pilgrim versus the World vibes, Ocean's 11 vibes. If this isn't selling you, I don't know what will. It's fab, and it's packed with like female empowerment, and there's just so many women involved, and it was incredible being around that kind of energy. So yeah, great time.
What can you tell us about your character specifically?
Yeah, he's a total skis. He's on the surface everything you'd want. He's rich. Don't know why I put that first. He's handsome, smart, intelligent, all this stuff, but he's got like a fatal flaw, which is that he is very much a mama's boy, and that's taken to an extreme that is a bit nuts.
And, you know, obviously working with the director on their feature debut, you know, but it seems like she's just absolutely brought something incredibly fresh to the screen. It is a genre mashup. What was the appeal when you read the script?
When I read the script, you wouldn't know it was a first-time writer-director. Well, she's not a first-time writer. She did We Are Lady Parts and lots of other things. But first-time director, you couldn't tell. She was so on it the whole time. And when I read the script, I was like, yeah, I just want to say these words. And that, to me, is the be-all and end-all. That's when I'm into something, I just like, yeah, I want to say all of those things. They're falling out of my mouth, whether I want them to or not. But yeah, so that's what I felt, basically. It's brilliant.
And obviously so many different elements, you know, landing the comedy, the stunts that go on. What were some of the challenges on set, but also some of the highlights? Did you feel intimidated by all the women?
There was one scene where I was surrounded by like 40, on the call sheet it said, they put the extras, but they like give them a label, and it was 40 admiring ladies. And I was like, I walked in and there's this like, it's like a chaise lounge in the middle, and I was sat and they were like all around me. And I've never been more nervous or anxious in my life. When I sat down, the girl right next to me looked at me and she said, "Are we supposed to be admiring you?" And I went, "Oh God." Oh no. Yeah, so it was nervous. That was that was a tough day, I think. But like everything else, every day with Ritu was a joy because she's so fun to act with. Yeah.
And in terms of the takeaways, like you said, so much female empowerment in there. It is very funny, but you know, it's got a lot of heart, and it's also great to see this level of representation, you know, fronted up by women of colour for a movie this size. So, what do you think takeaways are?
I think like it's sort of in the same vein as like Bend It Like Beckham and those kinds of like classic British Asian films. I think this will join that pantheon. I think it's such a wonderful genre mashup. People will walk away thinking, I have seen so much in 103 minutes or whatever it is, I think, roughly. It's a real bang for your buck, so I think that will be what people take with it. It's a brilliant film, and there's so much going on. It's fab.
And of course, premiering at Sundance must have been incredible, and then to have it come home here to London. What's it feel like to be here tonight?
I was initially very nervous. I was sat in the car, and they were like, "We can't let them out yet because it's not 6:15, so we're just going to circle the block." And that was kind of how I felt. It just felt like my heart was like circling the block for like 20 minutes. But then I stepped out, and you know, this wonderful woman from Universal stepped up and said, "I'm going to take care of you tonight," and I felt a lot better. So it's great, yeah.
And can you tell us what we might see you in next after this?
Yeah, well, I've done a few things, some of which I can't talk about, but I hope they've released the cast list. But I'm doing a show called The Doll Factory on Paramount Plus, which will be out at some point next year, maybe. But yeah, that was great as well. So looking forward to that.
Fabulous. Well, really enjoy the night. Thanks so much for talking to us. Cheers. Thank you.